This is crazy news, guys. So China just banned its tech giants from buying Nvidia's chips. Compute power is going political. Zuckerberg is almost like a chameleon doing the dating stuff with Facebook. Then he built Facebook, ended up diving into VR and augmented reality and the metaverse. China's Cyberspace Administration ordered tech giants like Alibaba and ByteDance to stop purchasing and testing Nvidia's RTX Pro 6000D chips. You guys probably know this, but Nvidia, it's like the backbone of AI, their chips. They produce the hardware that make AI possible. So this is a massive move. They're the biggest chip manufacturer globally. So this is part of China's push to reduce reliance on US hardware as tensions escalate. I was listening to a podcast this morning, actually, on this topic of AI, chips, hardware, and the race between China and the US in, who's going to dominate in AI. And the big advantage that the US has today, the one thing that really is keeping us in the lead is the fact that we've got, imagine you've got access to way more compute, better chips. You're going to be able to have more amazing AI if you've got that compute. This is big news because this is another massive dynamic in terms of, China versus the US. China clearly doesn't like the reliance on the chips from Nvidia. That's all I'm saying. So why does this matter? The global AI arms race isn't just about the models. It's about who controls the silicon, who controls the chips. A ban like this could force China to double down on domestic chip design and create parallel ecosystems. You might be thinking, why would China do that? From a geopolitical aspect, imagine that you're the leadership in China. Forget being one of the companies that's involved. If you're the company, obviously you want access to more compute. You're going to have better models. But if you're China, you don't want to be hamstrung or reliant on the US companies to have and be able to compete in AI, especially because you see AI innovation and improvement on this exponential curve. And if you are forced to be X months behind or reliant on the US's chip manufacturer, then it's going to be very hard for you to actually compete. Even if every other part of the industry, like the architecture, the models, the training, everything else you're nailing, if you're hamstrung by the actual chips, then you're very reliant. So all that to say, it looks like they're creating a parallel ecosystem here, and they're going to try and get their own chips manufactured. Next piece of news, Meta's TBD Lab, next-gen AI models. This is new. Meta just spun up a new lab for next-gen AI models. The race isn't slowing down. Guys, Zuckerberg's been busy. Zuckerberg has gone through, he's almost like a chameleon, and he's evolved into so many different forms. And, he was doing the dating stuff with Facebook. Then he built Facebook, and then he went and ended up diving into VR and augmented reality and the metaverse. And then he went and is now diving into AI, giving out $100 million contracts to get top AI researchers, acquired Scale AI for $14 billion through a massive acqui-hire. And now spun up a new lab for next-gen AI models. So what happened? Meta CFO revealed a new unit, TBD Lab. That's what it's called, TBD Lab. They're focused on building next-gen foundation models. It's positioned as the group exploring superintelligence level research. You've been seeing a lot of the best talent go into these different research labs. There's so much to cover of what's happened. You saw everything happened with OpenAI, the internal drama, and then the CTO move and start Safe Superintelligence, their own lab, and then all these different companies, all these labs popping up. There's a lot of money on the table, a lot of really just influence on the table. Imagine the people who build this next generation of AI and the winners of this race. It's actually unbelievable to even begin to think about. So Meta's got the TBD Lab. Meta is clearly signaling that they're not going to slow down.
Talk show.